So, good morning to all of you. I hope you all are staying safe. Last class, I had started chapter 6, that is cyber ethics, and up to secure transmission of data we had completed, means what technologies has to be used, what protocols, what techniques can be used for making your data secure while transmitting from one source to another. Today, we are going to discuss about some of the ethical issues for information. Okay, and how means those ethical issues which are there related to information can be protected, how we can avoid that, how we can means make that data safe and all. Okay, so basically what is information? In the beginning you must know that information is basically something new creation by someone. Like I'm creating a software that becomes my information, it becomes my intellectual property rights, and it becomes I mean it depends totally on me that how much data I want to exchange, how much information I want to give to someone else. And it also involves the pricing, means what charge I'm going to, means how much money I'm going to charge for exchanging the information and all. So some common ethical issues related to information are intellectual property rights, plagiarism, and digital property rights. In today's video, I'm going to complete intellectual property rights and plagiarism. Next is, what are intellectual property rights? These are basically the rights of a person or the actual owner or the creator of the information. It becomes, suppose I have created something, then it becomes my intellectual property right. Basically in this chapter we will be talking about in terms of software. Whenever a new software is being created, it involves number of months or number of years for the successful development of that particular software. And once that software is there, means it is in the exact form, it is about to be released, it is very easy to steal the information related to that software, which can be easily duplicated and sold in market. So it is the right of the person or the real creator of that software to protect his or her intellectual property right. How much information they want to exchange, which module of the software they want to sell, which part of the module they want to sell, is there any need to recreate the software by someone else. Every decision related to that particular software lies with the creator of the software. Here I'm just taking into consideration the software development. Okay, so you also keep that thing in mind. And here the money factor is also involved. It is the right of the owner that how much he or she is going to charge for exchanging the information created by him or her. Okay, any piece of information which is created, it takes lot of effort and it consumes lot of time, and money factor is also involved in. And when somebody easily steals that information, it is really an offensive thing. Okay, so how to protect this intellectual property right? There are many ways to do so, so we'll discuss one by one. In your book these things are not given in detail, but you must know the creator or producer of the information is the real owner of the information. As I told, owner has the full right to protect his or her intellectual property. What is intellectual property here? The original thing created by the author, creator, or the producer, that becomes his or her intellectual property right. So to protect that intellectual property right, basically there are three methods. First one is copyright the product, second one is using a patent, and last one is trademark. All these three are different. Okay, so first we'll start discussing about copywriting the things. This copyright is a type of intellectual property that gives the owner the exclusive right, means he or she can duplicate the product, they can make copies of the product according to their requirement, they can sell it in the market, and they can earn money out of that. And this creative work can be in the field of artistic field, educational field, any music field, any form of this data can be there. So it is a copyright. You can see the symbol also I've given in the heading part. This is the sign, and this is not means for the throughout the life. It is the copyright is given for some time and after some years basically, and after that it has to be renewed. Okay, another way is the patent. Patent is basically related to the process, like which method I had followed for creating that particular information. The same method has to be patented so that any other organization or any other person is not going to follow the same process. Let's take example of mineral water. Suppose one of the Bisleri is using any other method of creating that or making that their mineral water. Same process, since it is patented, cannot be used by any other company. So here in patent, basically patent is given, means the exclusive right is given to the process followed for developing any software, any type of information. A patent is a form of intellectual property that gives its owner the legal right to exclude others from making, using, or selling an invention for a limited period of years. Earlier it was for 15 years. It might have been a new term has come, but till now I am knowing that it was for 15 years. Okay. Next is trademark. Trademark is not related to the product. It is not related to the process of means development of the product. It is basically related to the sign, logo of any companies. Trademark is given to that. Like if I'm using a particular logo for like our school's logo, this logo, if it is trademarked, it cannot be used by any other organization. Okay, so trademarks are basically given to the logos and means slogans and logos of any organization or company. Next is why to protect intellectual property rights. Suppose you are creating an information and it took lot of time, lot of patience, lot of manpower was involved, and once it was created, it was released in the market, somebody has stolen the product. Will you be having that zeal to create any other information? No. So to encourage individual or businesses to create new softwares and applications, we need to protect the intellectual property rights. Second thing, it ensures that new ideas and new technologies are widely distributed. And lastly, it promotes investment in national economy. Next ethical issue which is related to information is plagiarism. Plagiarism, nowadays you people are also doing that. Like recently we have given a project to all the students. We have told not to copy the projects, but still once a student will make the project, other students will try to copy that, and without acknowledging the person from where they have created. So you have stolen someone else's data and you are going to represent the data as if it belongs to you. This is only known as plagiarism. Someone else's data stolen and you're going to represent that data as if it belongs to you. Okay, so plagiarism is stealing someone else's intellectual work and representing it as your own work without citing the source of information. Any of the following acts will be treated as plagiarism: using some other author's work without giving credit to the author. I think this point is very much understandable. Second one, using someone else's work in incorrect form than intended originally by the author or created. Someone has created some software. I have stolen the software's data, and then I have made some changes and then I'm going to represent it as I have developed it. So that is also plagiarism. Modifying someone's production as music composition. This is very natural thing nowadays. It is going on, like somebody created a original music and someone else has stolen it and they have used some other lyrics on the same music. So this is also plagiarism. Giving incorrect source of information. I have taken someone's some good writer's quotation and I don't know to whom it belongs to, and where I have to cite the source, I'm writing someone else's name. So this is also, I'm giving the incorrect information. This is also plagiarism. failure in giving credit or acknowledging the contribution of others in a collaborative effort. A group project has been given to you, and once the project is ready, instead of giving credit to the whole group, I'm just taking the credit to myself that I have created without giving credit to the collaborative effort that all the people were involved. I'm not acknowledging them. I'm just representing that I have created it. Me, myself, I. All these things are involved in that. So this is also plagiarism. So next is how to avoid plagiarism. To avoid plagiarism, you must give credit whenever you use another person's idea, opinion, or theory. Of course, you must cite the source of information from where you have taken that particular piece of information and all. Quotations of another person's actual spoken or written words. Paraphrase of another person's spoken or written words. Next, plagiarism is offense? Yes, of course, it is an offense. If plagiarism involves copying not only ideas but also a substantial portion of a copyrighted work without attribution and without permission, it would amount to both copyright infringement and the violation of the special right of the author to be credited. Copyright infringement and the violation of an author's right to be credited are both civil wrongs and criminal offenses. So in this video, up to this only. In the next video, I'm going to discuss about the last ethical issue which I was talking about. It is digital property rights, and some of the types of softwares we'll discuss. So thank you. Have a nice day.